Michael Colreavy.
I begin also by applauding all of those people from Sligo, Leitrim, Roscommon and elsewhere. They're in the public gallery, they're standing in the rain outside the gates. And if I might use Deputy Feighan O'Callaghan's words, they are the eyes and ears of their community. And they have come here to see how Sinn Féin debate to safeguard our health services. And I do hope that they will all go back to those communities and report fully on the debate and on its outcome. And I would also like to thank all of those who took part in the debate, and particularly if there are people on the opposing benches who do the courageous thing, who do the right thing, and who oppose the government amendment, the Fianna Fáil amendment, and who support the Sinn Féin motion. This Sinn Féin bill, it offers deputies of all parties an opportunity to vote in favour of accessible, quality hospital care for our people. But it does something more than that. It also offers all of us an opportunity to demonstrate that politics can work and that politicians can be trusted. The three most scary words, I would suggest, Minister, in Ireland at the minute are health services reform. And people are scared for very good reason. They saw your predecessor Minister, Mary Harney, with a Fianna Fáil government, who said health services reform. And what did she do? She dismantled a relatively good service and left us with the shambles that we now have. Is it any wonder that people are scared when they hear the words health services reform coming from a politician, Minister? Tonight, every deputy in this chamber has an opportunity to stand up and to be counted. Some will have to decide whether they're here under false pretences and will have to deal with their consciences. Others will consider doing the honourable thing, the honest thing, and they will consider voting against the government amendment, against the Fianna Fáil amendment, and in favour of the Sinn Féin bill. The Fianna Fáil amendment means nothing, but then how could it? Because they're the very people who started this. It was Fianna Fáil that closed emergency departments at Monaghan, Dundalk, Nina and Ennis. It was Fianna Fáil who took the cancer services out of Sligo General Hospital, and now Roscommon, under a Fine Gael Labour government, is to be the first, I would imagine, of a batch of hospital emergency departments to be closed. The Health Minister, you Minister, and the Taoiseach have repeated the mantra, big hospital safe, small hospital unsafe. That's a mantra. But it's a mantra for taking services away from small hospitals. And small hospitals itself is a misnomer. And it's not just emergency services, I would argue, that we're talking about here. It'll start with emergency services and very quickly it will move on to other services. What we're talking about here is centralising everything in a handful of regional centres. And Minister, if patient throughput is a key determinant, as you said yesterday, in relation to the quality of the outcome of care, how come that smaller private hospitals can run and are allowed to run cancer services? Does the throughput of patients in the smaller centres, if they're private, it doesn't matter. But if they're public, we have to centralise, we have to regionalise.
1 minute remaining, Deputy.
Hospitals are not doctor-fattening units, Minister. They're places where ill people and where sick people and where injured people go to. And how safe are the overcrowded A&E units at our big regional hospitals? And what risk assessment, Minister, have you or any agency done? A risk assessment on whether the hospitals adjoining Roscommon can carry the additional burden that's going to be placed on them because of the closure of A&E services at department. In Sligo General Hospital, Minister, and you know this, prior to the last general election, Fine Gael and Labour candidates promised unconditionally that Sligo General Hospital would have full breast cancer services restored within 100 days of taking up government, or that they would resign their seats. That's the promise that was made, Minister, and you know this. There's plenty of evidence of it. And in all probability, Minister, those deputies would not be here if they hadn't made that unconditional promise. Are these TDs here under false pretences? They have a choice, but their choice is very clear now. The choice is vote against the Fianna Fáil and the government amendment and vote in favour of the Sinn Féin bill. Otherwise, Minister, what they're doing is they're voting to support their party and they're voting against the interests and the wishes of those they pretend to represent. So I'll be calling on them. Do the right thing or resign now.